everybody, this is Jolene from Ghost Towns and History of Montana. Today we're on location in Bannack. So we're going to take you around the town here and show you Montana's first territorial capital. Bannack started in 1862 when John White and a group from Colorado, the Pikes Peakers, discovered gold just down here in Grasshopper Creek. So we're going to show you a little bit around town today and just have some fun stuff for you. Okay, next we're in front of this fabulous building. This was built in 1875 for $14,000. It served as Beaverhead County's first courthouse. It was the first brick courthouse built in Montana. So we're going to take you inside and have a look around. So as you can see, later on this became a pretty plush hotel when Dr. Mead bought it in 1890 and fancied it up and added the restaurant onto the back. Nice staircase here going up to the rooms upstairs. So we'll just take you through here. That Dr. Mead put on, where we cooked all the food for our hotel guests. And the hotel ran off and on for several years. Lots of entertaining went on here. And now we'll take you upstairs so we can see some of the rooms. Now upstairs is often where we have people who say they see Dorothy. She's a young girl in a blue dress. She's often spotted in the rooms up here or in the windows out front. And she's a little girl who drowned in the creek out back on a day of swimming with her friends. So her friend's dad was Dr. Mead. So she spent a lot of time here with her friend and still hangs out and has some fun and plays tricks on people every now and then. So be on the lookout for her. So as you can see, this building turned into a real fancy hotel. Before that, it did serve as the county courthouse until the county seat was moved to Dillon, Montana. After that, it sat empty until Dr. Meade turned it into his hotel, and it ran off and on until the 1940s. And next we have our combination Masonic Temple schoolhouse here. This was built in 1874 by Bannack Lodge number 16. It was built for $1,200. They have their Masonic temple upstairs and the schoolhouse downstairs here that served local school children for about 70 years. Oh, hi there. So here's our schoolhouse. Kids that went to school here talk about snow blowing through the cracks. Books were usually brought by people's families. Everyone had to share. When there got too many students, the older kids would meet at the Bannack Church just down the street. But for about 70 years, kids met here. Lucia Darling was one of our first teachers here in Bannack. Before this was built, she met in a house just down the street here, and she was a niece to Sidney Edgerton, who was the territorial governor here at the time. So she came here and taught school, and this eventually closed down just for lack of students in about the 1950s. He was in with Henry Plummer. So the common meeting place for the road agents. This was actually built up the street at Yankee Flats, but Skinner moved it down here to Main Street of Bannack in 1863. So they had lots of good times in this place. And over in the corner here, you could get a haircut, might need a tooth pulled, all at the same time, and then head back up to the bar and have yourself a shot. Welcome to the Methodist Church. This was built in 1877, 15 years after Bannack became a community. So, going for a while without a church, and finally the locals decided we need a place to worship and got together and built the church. Brother Van was one of the popular traveling ministers of the time. He was assigned this district when he moved to Montana. So he came here on a Sunday and found everyone gambling and hanging out in the bars. So he went into the bar and announced he was the minister for the church. So they closed down the bar for an hour and let him talk. He sang some songs, entertained the crowds, and got people hooked, and they got their service of church that Sunday. So that's how it all began here at the Methodist Church in Bannack. Thanks for joining us today on our tour of Bannack, Montana. Stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, and we'll be visiting many more new places.